Hi everyone, my name's Erin Lauders and I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about French horn today. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is your posture. When you're thinking about your posture, you should be standing from your waist up. So sitting really tall, making sure you have plenty of room to expand your lungs to their full capacity and take a nice breath. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is your hand position. So you see that I have my horn here. We're going to start with our left hand. So here's what we do. You put your pinky in this hook right here. You put your thumb in this little trigger right here, and you just let your fingers fall on the valves, keeping your fingertips on the tip. So now we're going to talk about right hand a little bit. So your right hand needs to be in a cup like this with your hands so that you have no gaps in between your fingers, like you're going to catch a raindrop. Now I'm going to show you about where you should put your hand in the bell. So here I have the bell facing out so that you can see what I'm talking about, and we're going to think about this bell as a clock. So here's your 12 o'clock mark, and about here's your 3 o'clock mark. So when we put our hands in with our cups so no raindrops can go through, we're going to try to shoot for keeping our pointer finger at the 1 o'clock mark, and we're going to have it all the way against that side. So now I'm going to talk about holding the horn a little bit. So there are two ways you can hold the horn when you play. If you're a little bit shorter like I am, you can hold the horn on your leg. So what you'll do is you'll prop it up on your leg and make sure that you have plenty of room out here and you're not muffling the sound with your body. If you're a little bit taller and it's really more comfortable for you, you can hold the horn out so you'll keep your arm at kind of a right angle and push your horn out. So now we're going to talk about embouchure a little bit. So embouchure is how you form your mouth so that you can get a good sound. So what we do with French horn is we make a flat M, go and keep your corners set. And an exercise we can do to check to make sure our corners set and our mouth is flat and our chin is flat is to have our corners set and say, "Mama made me mash my M&Ms." And it's so that you get the feeling of your corners not moving when you move your lips, and we have flexibility right here. We also want to make sure with our embouchure that our teeth are not touching each other so we have a nice open oral cavity. So that's how we form the embouchure without the mouthpiece. So when you put the mouthpiece on your mouth after you set your embouchure, you're going to make sure that you have 2/3 of your top lip and 1/3 of your bottom lip. So you should have more top lip than bottom lip, and it should be about the center sideways in between your mouth. So you'll go, "Mama made me mash my M&Ms." It's nice and set corners right here, and you'll just place it like you're sipping a little cup of tea like this. Now we're going to talk about buzzing a little bit. So when you form your embouchure, you have the nice M. So in order to buzz or to make your lips vibrate together to make a sound, you're going to go with your embouchures, have your corners set, and then we're going to say poo, and we're going to have our lips vibrate. So here it is without the mouthpiece. So So I'll try it with the mouthpiece so that you can hear. So here we go. So now we're going to talk about tone quality a little bit and how you produce a good sound on the horn. So there are several factors that allow you to have a good sound or a not so good sound on the horn. So one factor is that you have an open oral cavity, and what I mean by that is that your teeth aren't touching each other in the back and you just have enough space to take a nice healthy breath. The second thing that affects tone production is your breath. You don't want a super high breath or super tense breath. You want it to be big and healthy. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you. Now we're going to talk about articulation a little bit. So when you articulate, you're going to have your tongue hit the roof of the mouth. Now repeat after me. Say, top of the tip of the tongue. So after you say that, you feel that your tongue has hit a certain place in your mouth. That's the same place your tongue is going to hit the roof of your mouth when you articulate. So when you articulate, you also need to have a steady airstream going because your tongue is going to interrupt the air and you're not going to move very much at all. So I'm going to show you what it's like without the horn and then with the horn. Without the mouthpiece, articulation sounds like this. With the mouthpiece, your articulation is going to sound like this. In the horn, it's going to sound like this. And that's how you articulate on the horn.